the women's tax. For whatever reason, women often pay more than men, even when they're buying a similar product.
In 1995, California actually did a study and put the figure at $1,351 a year. So we put it to the test.
First, razors.
The Schick Hydro 5, $856.
Schick Hydro Silk, $9.97.
Whoa, that's more.
Seriously?
I didn't make the prices. Okay, here's a cologne I just bought. Narciso Rodriguez for him, $87.
Narciso Rodriguez for her, $106.60.
Does yours smell better?
I don't know. If we open them, we can't return them.
Okay, moving on.
I got Neutrogena Men's Age Fighter Face Moisturizer for $14.49.
I got this Neutrogena Anti-Wrinkle Cream for $21.99.
Okay, we should say that Neutrogena reached out and said these two products aren't exactly the same. The product most similar to the Neutrogena Men's Age Fighter Face Moisturizer is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Anti-Wrinkle Cream. We looked it up. Same ingredients and everything. The men's product, $10.35 an ounce.
The women's product, $11.42. Huh.
What about health insurance? Doesn't that cost more?
It did. Women paid more than $1 billion a year more in premiums until 2010, when Obamacare banned gender pricing.
So, same price.
Same price.
Nice.
Let's talk about other insurance. Let's say long-term care.
So for long-term care, women pay an average of 13% more. Insurance companies claim it's because women live longer.
Well, smokers pay more too.
Yeah, but people choose to smoke. I didn't choose to be a woman.
What do you think of my new haircut?
Sick! How much?
According to Square, men pay on average $28 for a haircut.
Women on average pay $44, even for sick, shorter ones like this.
It is sick.
Hey, you like this American Apparel shirt I just bought?
Yeah, I bought the same one.
What? $74.99?
$74.99, unisex pricing. Woo!
Hey, what's going on here?
Dang it!
Let's get them dry cleaned. So I took mine to that place on 58th Street. It cost me $5.75.
I took it to the same place on 58th. It was $6.
Does your receipt say lady shirt?
It's the same shirt. This is ridiculous. Does everything pink cost more?
Oh yeah, this pillow? $220.
This pink one is only $221? Got to be kidding me.
Just another reason to move to California.
Can you drive?
I mean, I'm learning.
You're 26. For God's sakes.
All right, John Solling joins us now to talk about this so-called women's tax.
Okay, John, why exactly are things being priced differently for us?
So it's complicated. I talked about insurance there, and that's a decision that insurance companies have made. But a lot of these goods, these companies think that women care more about their appearance, so they're willing to charge them more. But it's hard because a lot of these items aren't put next to each other in the store. They'll put the women's razor on a different aisle than the men's, so you don't even know that the women's razor is more expensive unless you go from one aisle with the razor in hand into the other and compare it. So it's hard to find this information out.
How often, John, did you find that it was a literal apples-to-apples situation, right, where there's not a single difference between the two items on the shelf, and yet they're being charged more as women?
So we found a lot. We also found deodorant, shampoo, which we didn't use. A lot of the time, it's hard to find an exact comparison. You know, there'll be one product, and it's very difficult to find exactly the female opposite. We did it with the perfume, and we did it with the razors. But this is why it's hard to legislate. So France is considering a law, and California banned a law for services. But for products, it's really difficult to legislate this because companies can say, look, there's a minor difference in these products. You're going to tell us how we're going to charge them. But when you look at the products with a critical eye, you can see that the same ones cost more for women. Not for everything, but for a lot of these products.
How did this get on your radar? I'm kind of curious.
Right.
Well, I always hear people complain about this and people talk about this. And what was glaring for me is I know that in New York City, they do have a law. Only California and New York City have laws in the states banning this. And dry cleaners, this is a really simple thing. We talked about that. We took the same shirt. We had Moss, our male intern, and Cody, our female intern, and they dropped it off, and they charged Cody more. I mean, this is absurd. And in New York City, this shouldn't be allowed. This is illegal behavior. Elsewhere in the country, it's not illegal. But this is unacceptable, and any guy should be upset about this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, and if you think guys are upset, imagine how the girls feel. John Sarlin, thanks so much for your time. Melissa, you're here now. I mean, have you ever noticed this? Because I know that...
you know I've noticed
Yeah,
this.
you buy plenty of stuff off the shelf
What is
like
it?
that.
First of all, okay, so yes, I like higher-end like shampoos and things like that. And my boyfriend, yes, I'm outing that I have a boyfriend on national television. My boyfriend will just use whatever's there. He doesn't care. I'm like, don't use my stuff because that's more expensive. I've noticed when I've gone to buy things for him and then I have things of my own, my
Way
stuff
cheaper?
just His
stuff's
stuff is
way
way
cheaper.
cheaper. It's just not fair, and it's the same stuff. It really is.
And it brings up a valid point because how he said that we care. We actually
We do
care
care for
about,
appearances.
we believe the products that are in the bottle are going to make us look younger and give us fuller hair and bring life and zhuzh to this whole situation. Zhuzh. But I think it's totally unfair and it's totally unbiased that just because we care more that we have to pay more. It doesn't mean it's the same exact products, just marked up.
John brings up an interesting point, though, because the way in which a lot of these manufacturers can skirt the law, if there is a law, which there should be, I think, all the way across the country, laws against this, is they'll say, oh, but we had like an extra drop of rosemary oil in this other product. So
here's
that
what I wonder. Here's what I wonder. When it comes to the razors in particular, would it be okay if I just went and got a male razor? Because it probably works the same,
Actually
right?
work better because they curve to their
That's what I
face.
heard.
I use the male
Roxy
razors
Diaz.
a bit more.
Okay, then I'm gonna start getting some male razors too.
Get 'em.
A lot of women
And
do that.
saving some money.
A lot of women do that. Now, we want to hear from you guys because this certainly is a topic that has people fired up. So be sure to head over to HLN's Twitter account and tell us what you think at HLN TV.